Now, welcome to this second video. We are grateful for your support in liking our videos, and we welcome you to this next video where we are going to focus on one of the aspects of being a great person or being a disciplined person. And the first aspect of being a great person or a disciplined person is cherishing principled will and having humility. Principled will and having humility. When do we say you are humble, or when do we say you have humility? And the first thing you note for a person who is humble is that that person has what we call self-awareness. Apart from self-awareness, that person cherishes or understands the strengths of others and engages in what we call others' appreciation. And thirdly, the third thing that shows you that a person is humble, that person is teachable. When we say you have self-awareness. Now we say you have self-awareness when you can accurately come up with your strengths and weaknesses, starve your weaknesses, and feed your strengths to the extent of exploiting the greatest ever project you want to achieve or the results that you want to achieve. Now you need to understand that nobody was created 100% perfect, and your weaknesses might be other people's strengths. So as Steve Covey puts it, you need to understand your circle of influence. Then you channel all your energy and all your resources to your circle of influence. By so doing, you end up enlarging your circle of influence to the extent of attracting what exists in your circle of concern. Now, how do you do this? By looking at the things you can do by yourself without the assistance of other people. Then you do them so that they realize that you need support, or you act as an attractor. You attract other people's efforts. As they assist you, you end up enlarging your circle of influence. For instance, if you are a student in a school and you have fees problem, reading and engaging your books is in your circle of influence. Those are things you can do without the assistance of other people. But paying for school fees is a business of your parent. That is in your circle of concern. So your main energy and your main resources should be channeled to your circle of influence, which is reading or engaging your books. When people realize that you engage your books and still have challenges because you are sent home for school fees, they will come to your aid as you attract them because of your ability to do what you know you can do without the assistance of other people. So you'll start seeing people coming to raise funds for your school fees. In that case, you've used your circle of influence to attract support on matters that deal with your circle of concern. That is when we say you are self-aware. And in fact, there are 5 basic P's that describe someone who is self-aware. Now, the first P that describes you as a person who is self-aware is you must be able to predict. When you get into any situation, you need to predict possible outcomes. Now, we can have the best outcome or an optimistic outcome. Then we can have an adverse outcome or a very bad result. and we can have a mediocre outcome, or what we call average outcome. The moment you can predict such outcomes, then it is possible for you to start thinking of the second P. The second P is preventing. Preventing what is a bad outcome and preventing what is a mediocre outcome, because you want to be a great person. The moment you put yourself down to prevent, as you are preventing necessitates that you do the next P. The next P is planning. Planning means looking at your past, looking at your present, and connecting your past to the present to the extent that you can work on the present until you meet the future. What we are saying is, you should be able to have a work plan that helps you to predict the future and prevent adverse and average outcomes, so that you come up with the best result. That plan requires that you don't just mourn about the past misdeeds, but that you take them as a learning lessons, so that in the future you don't repeat the worst things that you did in the past. It also means that you maximize on your present, so that you meet the desirable future results. Now, planning requires that you do something. Planning without work may not achieve the best results. So you need also that after you have planned, you also participate. There are people who think that they can achieve something by being non-participants, or being people who have no sides to take. There is nothing like being in the middle. It's either you are for something or you are not for it. So when you are inactive, you are actually fighting against the best results that you expect. So you must participate, you must work for it. Nothing comes in the silver plate. Now, the moment you have participated, you need to perform. You need to do what is required. Now, my friends, you need to realize that it is not enough to do your best. What is required is you need to do what is needed. Doing your best is failing to exploit your full potential. How comes you came up with that concept that something is your best? You need to stretch and strain and try to pull yourself to the extremes, so that you achieve your greatest potential by performing properly. That performance is what will enable you to achieve your best. Now, those 5 P's are the ones that describe a person who is said to be self-aware. Someone who understands his strengths and therefore maximizes on them as he starves the weaknesses. Until you meet in the next video, bye bye and may God bless you.